Hello everybody, welcome back to another lit episode of Hot Seat with Penzola. Thank you for tuning in, and please, if it is your first time watching the show, remember to subscribe, like and comment. Today we're talking about an interesting topic. We're talking about siblings, and I mean most people have siblings, and talk to us about your relationship with siblings.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, so let's get right into it, girls. Bianca, tell me about growing up. Like, tell me about what it was like to grow up with you sisters, and were you guys friends? Did you confide in each other, or was it a thing of they're here, but like they're not people that you feel that you're close to?
Yeah. So I mean, Penny, at home we are 5 girls.
Sure.
So
okay.
Just girls. So you can just imagine already the dynamics there are quite a lot.
Yeah.
I think when we were growing up, we were quite okay. We were close. There were moments where I felt it was too much. My mom used to dress me and my sibling after me because there's a 2-year gap. She used to dress us the same. Or
like twins,
Okay. Until at some point I was just like, I can't be going to a party in grade 7. I'm going with my sister. She's moving the same. So those things used to frustrate me because I just didn't understand why is it that when I get an invite to a birthday party, my mom would say
she has to take along.
The sister must go with you. But now that I've got girls of my own and I've got kids, and I understand why she did that because family and I guess siblings is your first form of friendship and your first line of engagement with people. So she wanted to set the foundation so that we always have each other's back no matter what. So even though we fight or whatever happens, that we always have each other's back, basically.
Correct. Yeah.
So growing up, it was good. The relationship had its ups and downs. I think we only started becoming close with the rest of my siblings now that they're a bit older. When they were younger, the gap was too big, so we weren't able to bridge, that. Yeah. So we're only now being able to become closer. But yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah. Yonela, tell us what you didn't say.
No, I totally agree with her.
Okay.
For me, with my older sisters, I've only started forming a relationship with them, I think in my second year of varsity.
Okay.
Before then, I'd see them as just like, your lava.
Yeah.
Kind of my style.
Yeah. Older sister.
Yeah, just like always wanting to be important. You know what I mean? Like, give me space.
I feel like you still do though.
But more than anything, now in my grown age and having them with, like, I'm so appreciative of the friendship that we formed together. It's a nice thing having someone to run to.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that I've finally built that relationship with my sisters. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I mean, that leads me to the next question, to say, what is it that you actually like about your siblings, and what is it that you don't like, and how do you then navigate the stuff that you don't like? Because it could be things that they can't change, and you almost have to live with them. So tell me about the navigation of what you like and what you don't like, and how do you then respond to that?
Sure.
Hey,
and I must talk about all of them.
Please.
With my older sisters, the first 2 older, the one before Bianca and her.
Yeah.
The one before Bianca, she doesn't know how to accept judgment, and that for me.
By judgment, you mean like feedback?
Yes, honest feedback.
Negative, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how to put it. It's like she's quick to want to fight back. Right? Yes.
Yeah.
Defense mode real quick, and it's just more of like, it's just constructive criticism. You know what I mean? Take it. Learn from it, and it's not that you have to answer me like then and there when I'm giving it to you.
Yeah.
Take a seat back and reflect,
but maybe
and then
also
come back.
Think about how you give your feedback. Have you thought about that? That could be the reason, right?
Oh no,
yeah, you look like the one that would just like
not even.
Boom.
She's the one. No, she's the one.
Okay.
That's just like, it's the small things.
Yeah.
With my other sister, it's just like, it really is the tiniest of things. Like, it's how I would try and fix a problem or face a problem. And I'd look and I'm just like, but why would you do it like this? Like, why would you put so much emotion to something that shouldn't take so much from you? That for me is frustrating because I'm just like, that's not how I do things. And when you do things like that, you frustrate me and you make me want to change my emotions as well. Yeah, it's...
And the great things, talk to me about the positive
great
stuff,
things
that you love about yourself.
Oh my gosh, memories. Like we would sit. We would sit on the couch and we'd be watching like a sitcom or whatever, and it would take us back to growing up. Like you, mama, so you, and we would just laugh. And for me, that's beautiful. And having to be able to look back and laugh at things, at silly things that we did and how we get upset. And we look back and it's just like, but there was no need,
Actually.
And more than anything, I love the friendships that we have and the openness, and that I have people to run to and not only friends. So that for me is just...
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
And it sounds like there's more positive than bad. So that's...
No, definitely.
So Bianca, yes. Anything to add on what Yonela has just mentioned?
No, not much, but I think as being the older sister, you tend to go into deputy parent mode quite a lot.
Yes.
You tend to want to lead for them on certain things. So I think mostly that they've given me is that I try to lead too much, and I lead too much because they don't lead at all. So I worry.
So you take the leading role.
So I want to close the gap. And then me closing the gap, I don't like take them with in closing that gap because I'm just like,
which is
you've been waiting,
Now you're kind of behind.
So I'm slowly learning that, and allowing them to make their own mistakes, and also leaving the door to open, like to come back to Umama,
Oh gosh.
No, but on a serious note, just like having them able to come back when they feel that the world has like shut them out or they've hit a roadblock, knowing that I'm their safe place, and even for me, going back and just be like, you won't believe, so it's those things. I think she described it pretty well.
But I mean, I think I have to wonder to say, how do we create a safe space? How do you let someone do and make their own decisions, but also confirming and assuring them that when you need me, I'm here. Because if you're already the person that controls and leads all the time, there tends to be that fear with I don't want my sister to think that I've made this mistake, because then it will obviously further entrench the idea of that's why I need to make the decision.
I think they do feel, sorry to cut you there, I feel like they do feel like that, and I do allow them to make their mistakes. But what I do, and I've seen, is like she would come with me with an issue, and I'd give my point of view and say, how you handle it is up to you, but don't worry, I'm here, like for you. And I mean, just a recent example, one of my other sisters was just retrenched from work because of this COVID,
Yes.
And it's just like she felt very frustrated, she felt disappointed, and I said to her, yes, you failed now because you're saying you failed, but you're not failed forever. We are here, we'll pick you up, we will get back to normality. Soon you'll go back to the life that you used to know, soon you'll go back to being who you were. But right now you are in a position of, you're in a place of transitioning.
Correct.
So if you want to phone and like lash out or whatever,
is important.
So I'm like, if you want to just lash out, I'm here for you, but at the same time, I have to constantly remind myself, it's not about me.
It's not about
allow her to feel the emotions, allow her to lash out. Don't want to make it personally, and that's my husband, I'm sure he's going to be so happy about this. Where I acknowledge that it's not always about me, but anyway. So it's just that, and I think as the relationship grows and we engage more, it's when you learn these things that, you know what, allow them to be a safe place, because the world is so different and so messed up. So if you can't come home where you feel so completely secure, where you can bring all there, where are you going to go if home doesn't give you that? So and I think that's the importance of like having a good relationship with your siblings, you'll have bad moments, you will fight. And I mean, I have had moments where I haven't spoken to my sisters like for months. Like for months, because I was so upset. But at the end of the day, it's just like, I'm having an event for my kids, or I'm having an event for myself, or a family event. Who is more significant besides my sisters, So I have to constantly remind myself that, okay, yes, we've grown apart, we've grown differently.
And you have different lives,
and
right?
characters, yes, and characters, but also we must also remember individually, how do we bring it back home?
Yes,
how do we still
yes.
keep that relationship together?
Yeah. Cool, great stuff. Now, while I'm on you, Bianca, I want you to share with me or us what your thoughts are in terms of the role of parents in siblings either getting along or not getting along. I mean, we hear things. I personally know people that are siblings that don't speak to each other anymore, and where I feel that a parent could have played a role either in helping resolve and bringing the kids together. So what is your thoughts around the role that the parents generally play in the sibling relationship?
It's the parents' role is very important because it starts with small bickering things at home.
Yeah.
So it starts with like, I want that toy, and then I go get the toy as well. You know, I want the toy, myself go get the toy as well. It's just like, who got the toy first? It starts with like that. Then do I let go of the toy for my younger sister, which is then what generally most parents do, and then explain to the elder one. But then also when the role has changed, how do they explain to the younger one that, okay, it's now your sister's turn and stuff like that. So as my mom was growing us like twins, and then when we grew up, that's when she had to then be like, okay, your sister's going out, you need to stay because you are younger.
Yes.
You know, it was a bit difficult because even for me, I was just like, oh, okay, so if I don't have any friends in a place, the first person I go to would be my sister because she's too, you know. But now I had to be on my own and fend on my own, and so did she. So the parents' role is very important, and I remember even when at home we'd fight, my mom and my dad they would not deal with one person, they deal with all of us at the same time. Line us up, so and all five of us, and then deal with us at the same time, you know, and make sure that the message lands across. Message lands
so there's
across.
I had a chat with Dad, and this is what he said to me, and then the other one said, so we were all there, we all know what Daddy said.
He will discipline and like, you know, give us advice like across at the same time, and then maybe in our personal capacities we'll then go and have like the side comments and feel like I thought it was unfair. But basically the fact is that we all aligned. Like what's good for the geese is good for the gander. That's just basically how it was.
Did you feel the same way, Yonela?
Definitely. Especially with, I don't know if you remember, there's this portrait that we had at home. With like a little prayer or whatever. They'd constantly bring it out when one has fallen out of line and they are reprimanding each and every one of us. The beatings they got on their own. Listen,
so you never got one?
What? No, sometimes.
But also it's like, I wonder why. But I have to be like, my younger siblings, we were all raised the same principles, same things, but parents do tend to get a bit softer with the younger ones. So the older ones were the ones, I suppose, we got the rod. They were forming us for our younger siblings. That's how I see it now, you know. But before, I'm just like, but why am I getting hit for someone else's stuff? Why are they not picking it up? But I understood what they were trying to do. Then I didn't understand it. But now that as we're older and I've got kids of my own, and obviously I'm seeing with my siblings, now we understand why they make certain decisions. But one thing I can be assured of is that I'm definitely grateful for their contribution.
Definitely,
and setting like the same foundation line for all of us when it came to our relationship. It was, this is your sister and that's it. My father even would say like, I will cut everyone out of your life and you'll have to deal with these 4 people in your life.
Wow.
So it was just like, do or die.
Cool. I mean, if you had a choice, would you choose your siblings again, and why? Or would you, I mean, the others that you would swap?
No, I definitely choose them again and again. I haven't had people who have my back the way they have my back. People who understand me the way that they do and always come through for me. No, I definitely choose them over and over again. The way we were brought up, and then also seeing like your like outside friends, acquaintances and stuff, you're just like, nah, my family good. I'm nice. I'm nice with my family.
I didn't choose them, but God.
Sometimes they upset you.
Yeah.
And you get really mad, and you're just like, but I don't even understand. Like,
God also just get touched by an angel so quickly. But anyway.
See what I mean? Yeah. Automatic dismiss divorce because why?
Like why?
Why? Yeah. But no, I looking back and seeing what we have now, and yeah, I'm just like, no, I wouldn't change them for anything.
Is that any different for you, Bianca?
But I mean, if money was involved, I'm joking.
Anything for the right price.
You already know.
No, definitely. Oh, I love my siblings. They do work on my nerves, but they're the best friends I could ever have. I definitely would not change them.
So would you guys say that then it's important that if there are siblings out there that don't get along, that for whatever reason that are fighting, is it worth it to sit down, work things out, and fix the relationship and make it work? Put everything in
so
there.
Worth it. It's so worth it.
You feel empty without your siblings. You feel empty. You feel the void. Like how Bianca has said, she'd go months or like weeks without talking. You feel it. You're just like, no, man. There's something that's missing.
Yeah.
Or you get excited for something, and then your first person you think of is your sisters because you want to share.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, oh, God, asithethisana.
Yeah.
It's important to sit down and talk about how you feel, what you feel in that moment. Because if you don't, it becomes a heated thing.
Yeah.
How in English, how is it? A mountain hill out of what?
A molehill.
A molehill.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Man, along those lines. Like instantly, and then making something
and then
big,
it becomes something big. Yes, I get what you mean.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
and that's how it starts when siblings don't talk. It's also small stuff that irritate you that you don't address, or there isn't a moment where you guys need to engage, and then it just escalates. You know,
and pride. How does pride play?
Girl, we have so much pride. We have so much pride, and if people that know me, they know me. I do have pride. You know,
Chonga.
So
you look like
but,
it.
But I have to constantly remind myself, that what, it's more than me, and because I love my siblings. So I think if there's siblings out there that are watching the show and you don't get along with the siblings, at this point, I'll say, let bygones be the bygones, reach out, make that first step, There's nothing as good as knowing that you tried.
Yeah.
As knowing that you tried your best.
You've done your part,
Yes, push as hard as you can, but also at the same time, don't also be occupying for them. But push for the relationship, because, when things happen in life, you need your siblings.
Yeah.
You guys can't be at a funeral of maybe a family member or even your parents and then Kulmisan. A third party must be the one to engage.
Yeah.
That's not on. So salvage what you can, and then just look at the goods, and then later maybe when you feel like the war has like maybe subsided and you feel you're on solid ground, then you can address the past issues. If the relationship hasn't been a while, then you do that. But if it's now when you're fighting, deal with it now.
Cool.
Give the space, but deal with it as soon as you can.
Cool. Do you believe that favoritism does exist in terms of, parents to their kids? And talk about general belief, and then also talk to me about in your particular family. If it is there, if it does exist, because I've certainly seen it many times, so I'd be very surprised if the answer to that is it doesn't exist. But anyway, I'm not trying to, talk to you.
It exists. It exists. Right. My goodness. No, I've seen, I think with my dad, I've always forced my way through. Like, me and my dad are like this. This is me and my dad. But the who was always trying to hustle her way as well. I'm just like, no, relax, But sometimes you see it and you're just like, but I go daddy. But you can see she's wrong. Why? Why? I don't understand.
Just favorite.
Why? And then Manga with my little sister. And I'm just like, okay, so go porongo up or can you
But what do you think? Does it come from a malicious?
No, definitely not.
What causes that?
I think more than anything, it's not malicious behavior, but it's you don't. It's an unconscious thing. It's definitely an unconscious thing. I've also seen it with Bianca and her kids.
Yes, I was actually about to ask. How is that playing out with your kids?
Look, It's very difficult. I don't really want to say that I have a favorite, but I do have moments where I lean on the younger one a bit more, and then moments where I lean on the older one a bit more, and I think the older one has always been like the number one for me, because she taught me how to be a mom, and like she's now 7, just going to be you understand. So now with my younger one, I'm just like, I worry if maybe she grew up too quickly, my first one, so I'm trying to salvage like every moment with the younger one, But I do try my best to show that the consistency, like share the love across. I love them both equally, but when we do things, I consciously try and make sure that they both see that I am loving equally. There'll be moments where I'm just like, just give in to your sister so she can just keep quiet because she's making a noise. But at the end of the day, I always go back and I explain to her that no, it's not that I love her more than you. I love you guys equally, but she's a baby and certain things she won't understand. So at this time, because she's a bit young, and for peace sake, let's just agree with her, and then between you and mommy, me and you will work it out, or you and daddy.
So it might not necessarily be favoritism. It might be a case where you're just trying to make the situation work at that point.
Yes.
But the other child might see it as if you are taking the other child's side.
The cutest thing, because I see with my nieces, the older one, she would see her mom and the little one taking pictures. And then all of a sudden she rushes straight into the camera. She's just,
she just wants to feature there.
And I'm just like, relax.
Yeah.
Mom's going to call you for a picture and it's going to be nice times. You don't have to force it. Mom sees you and she pays attention. It's just that right now she's dealing with the little one. It's not Tubuti, it's favoritism, or we're dealing with wrong mainly so that she understands and she also feels the love. You understand?
But how is it important? Is it important that us, as siblings, to have these discussions, and not feel them without, and not feel on the side, my parents are favoring my sister or my brother. But as siblings, have the conversation but when every time you do something wrong, dad always takes your side. Like, have a conversation about it, because then it stops being just a feeling and resentment.
It's very important. I mean, if I look at our relationship, maybe it also depends on the age gap. Like when you're younger, you can't really differentiate. You see it, but you can't really be outspoken about it. So, but as you grow up, you start having the discussion. So I think there's 2 years and 5 year gap between all of us. So as they grew older, we were able to have the discussions. But before, it would just be like, oh, no man, do the atiga. I mean, even now my siblings believe, my father says I'm the apple of his eye, so they believe that
you didn't know? You didn't know?
He tells me all the time. But I just feel like they believe that I'm the favorite because, firstborn, I got the 21st and all those things like that. I got the car and everything. And what they don't understand is the background of it. Because yes, I got the car, but why are you not asking who paid the insurance monthly, who was paying the installment? It was me until the car was paid up. But they don't know that, so they see at face value. But then when...
See, and that for me is the key, the detail.
And later on, when they were just like, now I'm 10, 21, only then did my parents realize, actually, you know what, girls, this is what happened. This is what happened. Bianca was working. Bianca was able to pay for your motor. I paid the first 3 months, so she adjusted her financial situation. From then on, she was paying the insurance and the car installments. And I only found out after I paid up my car that my car was actually costing my dad 2.2 a month, but I was paying this man 4,000 rand a month. So I got to finish
taxing car.
I got to finish the car quicker, and it covered insurance. But then
he didn't tell you.
He never told me. He only tells me after. My son, when I'm a pair, I'm just like, I'm like, this guy. I'm like, oh, carry an over. I said, no, I don't owe you. You would have finished your car within 4 years if you were still paying that 2.2. So it's those things, it's those subtle things, and I think us having the conversations now, it's easier. If the gap is small, it's difficult to have the conversation. I mean, the gap is big, so it's difficult to have the conversations. But as you grow up,
as you grow up,
I mean, my daughter told my youngest the other day, is like, you always want everything, and I'm not happy. And then she went away, and she walked away. So the young one was like,
she picked up her doll, she was gone.
So the young one wanted to cry. I'm just like, no, cry. Go to Nana, say sorry, Nana, and hug Nana, you know. And so she went and did that. And then I had to explain that, okay, she wants this because she wants everything that you have. She doesn't really understand.
Yeah.
But I was able to also make the small one to say,
yes.
she's hurt. Go say
Go give
sorry.
a hug.
Irrespective of what happened.
Yeah. But also explain the behavior.
Yeah, explain the behavior so
yeah.
they both understand. So it's just,
Wow.
And Shaman,
that dynamic.
the older one doesn't understand that the little one is at her parenting stage. Whatever you do, whatever you have, I also want it.
Wow, thank you so much, girls.
Thank you for having us.
It's been a pleasure to have you, and
Lovely.
I think the insight for me is your sibling is your sibling. You know, the relationship with your sibling is not one that is a chosen relationship. You found yourself in that space, and you guys, and whatever it is that you're going through with your sibling, you have to make it work, because it seems that your sibling is the only person that in the end will be there for you,
yes.
Irregardless of, there's a saying that, a lot of people don't believe anymore when days are dark, friends are few.
When the days are dark.
When days are dark, friends are not existent. You know what I mean? So your sibling is the only support structure that you have. So I think the encouragement for from Ndamase and Yonela is that whatever it is that you have with your sister, try and preserve it, work things out, have the discussions, have the smallest discussions. Thank you for tuning in. Please remember to subscribe, click on comment, do like, as well as share your real life experiences in terms of your relationship with your siblings. It's been a real thing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Sure.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Bottoms up.
Thank you so much for coming.